What's up, y'all? It's Still Decisions here. I'm Nakee,
And I'm Brandon.
and we're back for a special top 10 countdown today. We'll be counting down everything from movies to music and all those things in between.
And what makes today's episode special is first off, we're going to be counting down our top 10 greatest of all time male R&B singers.
Yes.
Now, just for a quick clarification, that to us personally also include groups or
Yes.
people in groups.
And if you're new here, usually,
Right. Usually we prepped. So what's
yes.
making this episode actually special is this is all off the top of the dome, baby.
Yes.
So who knows who's gonna come out? You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
So
So we're going to surprise each other.
yeah. So this is gonna be a full surprise, and also maybe probably you surprise yourself.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna come out your mouth?
Yeah.
But that's what makes today's episode special. So we're gonna be ranking top 10 greatest of all time R&B singers.
Yes.
But with the caveat is we did no prep work for this one.
No prep work.
So we're just testing to see how this goes, to see maybe it'd be a bit more exciting.
Uh-oh.
But before we get into all that, obviously we have to do our dual discussion.
Okay.
Now, this is also off the top of the dome, so no prep work for this either. But sort of related to this, what artist do you think is the greatest of all time with music videos? So, what artists do you think make it the best music videos?
Busta Rhymes.
Me, I think Eminem.
I think Busta Rhymes because if I'm not mistaken, Hype Williams directed his videos. I could be wrong, but I believe Hype Williams did his videos.
Now, once again, this is the no research episode. This is all Phyllis, no facts. Okay, fact check us in the comments.
Yes,
let us know.
I believe.
Yeah, see, me, I'm saying Eminem because right now I'm thinking back to like the Without Me video, the My Band video. Like that stuff had a bunch of comedic elements into it. The second person,
So did Superman.
yeah. See, what?
Superman also had.
Yeah, but also my backups. Okay, typically I'll never do this. My backups is Missy Elliott because her videos
Similar
was,
to Busta Rhymes.
yeah, Missy Elliott videos always stood out in my head. Her with the bees, all that stuff, always stood out in my head. And then the other person, Ludacris.
Yes. Oh,
Ludacris
yeah.
had fire videos as well.
Definitely big old shoe.
Yeah,
Stand up.
the big old hands and shit, the afro, like oh, she's super
You know
iconic.
what? And he just did a performance with
Oh yeah, with the
actual
shoes. Yeah, I
shoe.
saw the
Oh.
shoes. Yeah,
I was like, now I got to go to his concert because I want to see that in person. That would be so funny.
yeah. So since I have to commit, I'm going to say Eminem only because I think his videos used to be extremely. Well, see, does it count the whole career? Music video style has changed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of his recent music videos kind of lame though. No, okay. I'm on Eminem.
I'm going to go Busta Rhymes because Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See is one of the greatest music videos of all time.
Wait. I lied.
I'm also a big fan of Coming to America.
Wait. I lied. Take everything I said back. Okay.
Uh-oh. Recant.
We're going to go ahead and rerun the. Okay. The person who has the greatest videos of all time is obviously Michael Jackson. Why did I totally not?
He did whole movies, bro.
Right, exactly. But what I'm saying is his videos fire. So you can't tell me the Remember the Time video is not like one of the best videos of all time, or even Thriller.
And if I'm not mistaken, John Singleton directed Remember the Time.
Oh, I didn't know it.
I believe so. Yep, because it was John Singleton. Because it was Eddie Murphy was on there because they had just done Boomerang. I believe that is also one of John Singleton's movies.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Michael Jackson.
Well, we know that.
Which I think is the perfect catalyst to head right into our list. So Nakee, go ahead and take it away. Well,
yes. Well, we're gonna still go over the rules. So although we're doing it off of our top of our heads today, we still have some rules. So the way we do this is Brandon will have 10 items separately. I will have 10 items separately. But today, because we're doing it off the top of our heads, we're bringing 5. Brandon will have 5 separate artists, and then I will have 5 separate artists. Now, if we do tie, we will try our best to think of someone today who could replace that spot. And if we do have a tie, we will argue about why our choice needs to go in the slot for the tie. So basically, after we come up with 10 R&B singers today, 10 male singers, we will then take
it had to be great.
The GOATs. We will take the GOATs and we will rank them from 1 to 10. So that's going to be even more of an argument. So, if y'all don't agree with us, make sure you comment and tell us why you don't agree with us and why. I think this is one of the most hot button discussions because people go deep into it.
Yeah. Now, just for clarification, so to just restate the rules,
Yes.
just so you follow, I have 10 artists.
Yes.
Nakee has 10 artists. We're going to argue back and forth to make a master list of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to rank them
Yes.
from 1 to 10.
Yes. And this would be a little bit different because we're doing it off the top of our heads.
Yep. So it's a full surprise.
Yes.
So neither one of us even know what we're going to say.
I have no clue what Brandon's going to say.
So
I'm nervous.
I want to start it off because this person, I don't think people even classify as R&B. And some people may disagree that this person should even be on the list. But once again, this is off the top of the dome, and this is all feelings, no facts. Mr. Bobby Caldwell.
Blue-eyed soul.
Yeah.
What you knew.
Because I feel like songs like Do For Love, I think is extraordinary in his vocal performance. And I think he's a standout R&B singer, even though I don't think people would classify it as R&B because
Blue-eyed soul.
Yeah. And along with that,
may he rest in peace.
Let's not pretend like Do For Love is not a bop.
And the sample that Tupac did.
Yeah. That has withstood the test of time. So to me, my first pick is gonna be Bobby Caldwell.
Oh man. So when I think about R&B, the first person that comes to my mind is Joe. I wanna know. Yeah. So I mean, Joe definitely is somebody that I think of when I think about R&B.
Yeah, the crazy thing is when you said Joe, I immediately thought it's from you. Ain't nothing to do with Penn Bagley?
Yes,
Bagley?
Badgley.
That's what I thought you were talking about at first. Okay, so you going Joe.
I'm going Joe.
Okay.
Making it a little bit harder because we have to do it off the top of our heads.
Yes, so this is where it's getting difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next person for me, the light-skinned king himself, DeBarge. Okay.
Like the group?
Well, no, just the
You want L?
Yeah.
Okay, L.
See, this is where it become difficult because I'm assuming
Are you referring to L or Bobby?
Hmm.
Because Bobby was in Switch.
Yeah, but
and then L was in DeBarge with the rest of the siblings.
I'm gonna go L, just because I think his vocal performance is a little better. I'm gonna go L.
Okay. All right, so we doing L DeBarge.
L DeBarge himself, and then just a heads up for y'all, a little insight to my mind. The next one's gonna be a little more modern.
Yeah, I was gonna go modern really quickly and add. I'm gonna go with Bryson Tiller.
Okay.
He is definitely R&B. I classify him as R&B. I think that he's kind of slept on.
People is gonna eat us alive.
They are gonna eat us alive. I'm so sorry.
See, but this is the thing though. There's something else that we also not taking into account. Right now, we just name R&B artists. These are supposed to be GOAT R&B artists. Keep that in mind. GOAT. So that means that if this person is on the list, Nakee, you must feel that Bryson Tiller can out-sing every person that don't make the list because you classify him as the GOAT. Keep that in mind.
I mean, Bryson Tiller, first of all, he, as far as modern, I think that he definitely is one of the greater modern. I definitely look at him over like Jacquees. Sorry, Jacquees.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Okay, so my next pick is someone still causing trouble.
Uh-oh.
My guy.
Is it who I think it is?
Usher.
Nope. Okay. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Usher absolutely has to be on this list is one of the greatest R&B singers of all time. Usher is, see, the interesting thing is actually, we're probably not going to tie it all because once again, this is off the top of the head, so you already hear what the other person said.
Mm-hmm.
Usher, to me, is one of the top R&B singers in general. This man's still hitting all those notes, still crushing it, still killing it. Voice still immaculate. Dance moves, not so much, but Usher is performing, y'all. Okay, that man's a performer. He's getting older. Just let him get old, and I'm saying gracefully.
That shade.
No, that's not shade. Like it's a reference to like the video that people released. It don't matter. Yeah, Usher has to be on the list. One of the greatest of all time, Usher.
You know what? I think about somebody, causing trouble, but not recently, but back in the day. Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown. Every little step. Come on now. My prerogative.
Okay.
Even when he was in his group.
Okay, wait.
Bobby Brown.
So, how many people now is that on the list?
So we have 6.
So we had 6. So we both have
Yes.
2 more left.
Yes.
And your last pick was Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. Bad boy. Original bad boy.
Like I said, man, it'd be more modern than Billy Joe's Usher.
I mean, Usher still around.
Okay. So this right here is where it gets a little interesting.
Uh-oh.
Because I got 2 more picks left. And I kind of want to go to a very specific direction. But I need to see if the person in this group has been the only one that has sung the songs as lead. You know what? I'm actually change what my pick was going to be.
Okay.
Then I'm going to tell you who it was.
Okay.
I am going to go a little bit more modern. And this person I feel embodies soulful music.
Mm-hmm.
And voice is absolutely fire.
Okay.
Daniel Caesar.
Oh.
Now, once again, this is supposed to be the GOAT's greatest of all time list. I think Daniel Caesar has an immaculate voice and musical talent. Considering the fact that he's done songs with Brandy to where he held his own on. You know what I mean? I think that Daniel Caesar is going to have a long, very prosperous career, and he's an incredible talent. So I'm going to go Daniel Caesar.
Okay. And you said groups can count too, right?
Sure. Let's do
Okay.
groups.
Okay. So my next one was going to be Boys to Men.
The whole group.
The whole group. You cannot have a group, and I'm talking Boys
Okay,
to Men.
wait. Hold on.
Yes.
I don't think we can do groups.
You don't think groups? Okay, so I'm gonna say. Okay, so I'm gonna take him out then.
Go ahead.
Because if we can't do groups, I'm gonna say Wanye.
Wanye.
Okay. Wanye, because I mean, end of the road. He's the one helps with the ad libs. When he sang, even with Brandy, Brokenhearted, that was a great duet.
Yeah.
So Wanye.
Okay.
Wanye.
And that's number 8.
Number 8.
Ah, man, there's so many left on the table. Because this thing, you got your Tanks. You got your Tyrese's.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Tyrese. But you got your Tyrese's. Oh, God. Okay, so, yeah, let me see. There's one person I want to go for.
Okay.
But personally, I don't really like their recent music. So it would feel disingenuous to do it. So I'm not going to pick them.
Okay.
Instead, I want to pick an artist that I just enjoy.
Okay.
Whose music, I would say, lives in between a bunch of different genres. So I don't know if we can count him as an R&B artist. So I'll go ahead and say it, and you let me know.
Okay.
Bruno Mars.
I count it Silk Sonic because
But
I know without the group though.
Right, but I'm saying
that's a whole R&B album. And then
well, see this thing. Silk Sonic, the album is
24
funk.
Karat.
It's funk.
Okay, but 24 Karat. Magic.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I guess I would classify that as R&B. Yeah. So to me, it would be Bruno Mars, who I don't know if people classify as R&B, but to me,
he is multifaceted.
Yeah. So I would go Bruno Mars. It's one of the greatest of all time.
Okay, so then you're going forward. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go ahead and add Tyrese. Because I'm sick of y'all treating him like he was not in the back of that bus singing in that Coca-Cola commercial.
I'm just saying. I mean, you got Isley. You could have put Chris Brown. She chose Tyrese.
Honestly, Chris Brown is cool, but if I had to choose a Chris Brown album, sorry, I'm just gonna play the first album. Yeah. The first album, was gold. But for me, after that, I got wall to wall on the second album for Chris, and here and there, Lil Yang Yang and Funky Dineva's slang. But
okay, so here's the question though: is there anybody who you think you forgot? Because
I don't think I've forgotten anyone.
Because to me, I'm gonna just shout out some people, right? Donnell Jones.
But again, like for me, I love Donnell Jones, but I will only play. There's one album from start to finish that I'll play with no skips, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
After that, you know,
Okay. He go a few others. Okay. The dudes from Pretty Ricky.
no,
Okay.
no.
CeeLo Green.
Like Pleasure P is cool, but no.
Keith Sweat.
Okay, see, some of the old heads gonna cut
Marvin Gaye.
my neck for
Man,
Kiss Me.
how did I forget Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
Got Genuine. Life Jennings.
Okay.
What technically count is that? Music Soul Child.
I was thinking Music Soul Child, but again, in my head, I'm like, you take them, you put them on the pedestal with, you know, Bobby Brown. Like, do they stand?
I mean, I think they do. Honestly.
So maybe in the future we do another one.
Yeah, look, honestly, the fact that Bobby Brown's on the list is surprising to me.
Because he's the king of R&B, y'all.
I mean,
he is the OG.
He
is the OG. Y'all, recent Bobby Brown, you know.
Recent? What's recent? Nah, is he still making music?
Yeah, they're still touring.
Yeah, but I mean, is he touring off the old music though?
They're touring off the old music. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, he's talked about his vocal.
Brothers.
Yeah, but he's talked about his vocal abilities and things now. But back in the day, nobody could outsing Bobby.
Okay, now look, overall.
Yeah.
This is once again off the top of the head. If we missing people, it probably didn't pop up in our head.
Just cuss us out in the comments and tell us how our list is trash.
Yeah, or tell us who we missed.
Yes. Rank it yourself. Or who would you put in the list?
Yeah, you can create your own top 10. Yes. So go ahead and give us the quick rundown of who we put on this list.
All right. So in no particular order, we have Bobby Caldwell, we got Joe, El DeBarge, Bryson Tiller, Usher, Bobby Brown, Daniel Caesar, Wanye, Bruno Mars, and Tyrese.
Okay. I would like to do something unprecedented.
Okay.
I would like to change one of my picks.
Okay.
I would like to remove El DeBarge.
And
replace him with Michael Jackson.
Now, I knew you was going to bring up Michael. Now, here's my thing about Michael.
They call him the king of pop, but his music not pop music.
I was going to say that later years is R&B. Earlier years.
It's also R&B. I think people just called it pop music because they wanted it to be mainstream, and you couldn't call it R&B to make it mainstream. But I think that a lot of his music was R&B music. R&B music is rhythm and blues. That's what a lot of his songs are. So to me, Michael Jackson deserves to be on his list. I think he has some pop songs, has some R&B songs, much like a lot of these artists. Usher also had pop songs, like Oh My God. Those songs I would consider pop songs, not R&B.
But when I think about like Usher, I think about like Make Me Wanna.
Right, but when I think Michael Jackson, I think of Remember the Time. I think of Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, but that's like late 80s, 90s.
Yeah, but still, there's an R&B song.
Okay. All right. I am allowing this.
Okay. Now, once it's off the top, is there anybody you would like to switch out?
Let's see. I'll take out Bryson Tiller, and I'll replace him with Ron Isley.
Okay. So,
we're allowing this today. We don't usually allow these things to happen. All right. So we're putting in MJ, Michael Jackson, and then we're putting in Ron Isley from the Isley Brothers.
Okay. So let's run that list down.
We're gonna run it again. All right, one more time. And this time we're not changing. So usually we don't do changes if you're new here. We keep our list solid. But that's when we actually have it prepared. So we're trying something different today.
Yeah, it's off the top of the dome.
Off the top. All right. Again, if you want to cut our heads off, just go ahead in the comments and just tell us who we missed. Rank it yourself. We have Bobby Caldwell. Again, no particular order. We got Joe, Michael Jackson, Ronald Isley, Usher, Bobby Brown, Daniel Caesar, Wanye, Bruno Mars, and Tyrese. Number one, of course, has to be Michael Jackson. No arguing over that. Michael Jackson.
I agree as well. I think Michael Jackson has to be
no one. I don't care who it is.
It was a grown muscle bound dudes passing out at this man concert.
Yes.
Watch the old videos.
It's just, I mean, he stood on the stage and people were just being carried out by
just cheer.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael Jackson obviously has to be number one.
Like, we're not even gonna argue that because
okay, you know what? Jackson. Let's do this as well.
Okay.
If for our picks on this list, let's also say what is our favorite song for him, or what song do we think encapsulate their R&B ability?
Okay, so you had MJ.
Yeah, so Michael Jackson. For me, my favorite Michael Jackson song is, do you know?
Remember the Time.
Nope.
What?
Yep, so that's Divorce. Reason number 2. See, I tricked everybody into thinking that this was going to be a podcast about lists, but really it's evidence for the judge. Okay, so it's actually
oh my goodness,
Rock My World.
Oh, well, yeah, with Chris Tucker.
Yeah, well, Chris Tucker's not on the song, but the
he
song
is on
itself.
The song. Have you heard the whole song? The actual album
but
version of the song?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the album version. I'm talking about the more mainstream version.
Okay. Yeah, he's not on the mainstream version, y'all, but he's on the album version because he talks in the beginning of the song.
But yeah, so that's actually the song that I think of when I think of Michael Jackson as an R&B singer. Is that song, Rock My World?
Yeah, I know y'all singing it in y'all head, moving your shoulders. So for me, I'll just go back up. Okay, so I think number 2 should be Bobby Brown because he's the original king of R&B.
See, this I actually disagree with. I actually think it should be Ronald Isley. Because
we can put him at number 3.
No,
Bobby Brown.
Nah, see this thing
has some bangers,
right? But like, so okay, so the way I'm classifying my people on the list is singing ability, on top of, sort of being a multifaceted performer.
Okay.
Having songs that's like constantly replayable.
So number 2,
timeless.
Number 2 should be Bruno Mars. And then Ronald Isley.
No.
If we doing that.
I don't. Well, I don't think it could be Bruno Mars because we don't know if his music timeless yet.
I mean, people are still using some of his songs from way back in 2009.
I mean, but that's not timeless. These people made songs in the 70s, 80s. You know what I mean? That to me is timeless.
Yes, but then I think about like
40 years and people still know every word to your lyrics. People who wasn't even born when you was making music or even born when you was alive.
But I mean, in thinking about multifaceted, like Bruno Mars with just being able to do pop and then R&B and then funk. Like, I think that's like a really great combination, you know?
But this thing,
because even him and the Hooligans,
I don't think talent-wise, he stands over Ronald Isley. Like, we still just saw Ronald Isley perform in his 60s.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's in his late 70s, I believe.
Yeah, and he's still able to perform, still has an incredible voice. So to me, once again, the whole title of the list is GOAT. And when I think of greatest of all time, Ronald Isley, I think, is up there. Yeah, the 82-year-old man. So I think as the greatest of all time, I think a part of that should be time. And while I think Bruno Mars is an amazing artist and will eventually withstand the test of time, just hasn't been proven yet, I think Ronald Isley's music encompasses R&B.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So if we're doing that, then we can do Ronald Isley. So for me, my favorite Ronald Isley song is oh gosh, I never get the title of this song right. So let me make sure I believe it's Atlantis. That song is so amazing. So amazing. Okay. Since we had to say what our favorite Ronald Isley song is, since Ronald was mine. So my favorite Ronald Isley song is Voyage to Atlantis. There we go. That's the full title of the song, Voyage to Atlantis. Okay.
And number 3, I think we can go Bobby.
I was going to say Bobby Caldwell, number 3.
Wait, hold on. Who's left? I was going to say Bobby Brown for number 3, but
Bobby Brown can be number 4. Bobby Caldwell, if we're talking about You Said.
Wait, hold on. Who's left?
So we're putting Ronald Isley at number 2.
Okay. And then who's left after that?
We have Bobby Caldwell, Joe, Usher, Bobby Brown.
Usher's pretty good,
though. Daniel Caesar, Wanye, Bruno Mars, and Tyrese. I know right away all of them are going to go at the bottom of the list somewhere because we have to have Usher at the top. Usher deserves to at least be number 4.
I kind of think Usher should be number 3, man. Usher music is
fire. Confessions, right? Yeah. Um, Confessions. That's all
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say is Confessions.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually think we should make Usher number 3. Just because, man, Usher's music I think is like super timeless, even though he also hasn't been around like a ton of time compared to some other people. But in general, though, I think Usher has been around long enough to where even when you go back and listen to his music, man, it's incredible music.
yes.
And like I say, he still performs and still crushes it while he's performing. You know what I mean? Still causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Still causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave your girl around me. You know, if you
True
actually if you
love.
actually, if you actually think about to what he say, that kind of sound fucked up toward Pharrell. He says, "Don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. Ask my nigga for real." Like he did it to Pharrell. That's kind of crazy. Like he like Pharrell left a girl around him. He like, yo, ask him, ask Pharrell about me. You know, what I mean?
Oh boy.
Like that's crazy to think about if you actually think
Yes.
about it that way.
All right,
But
Usher's number 3. So number 4 needs to be Bobby Caldwell. We could put Bobby Brown in the middle at number 5.
okay, I go Bobby Caldwell, which I know people gonna be pressed about this.
Ooh, put in Bobby Caldwell above Bobby Brown. I mean, honestly,
See, this thing, I'm actually curious to see what his album or like what his music was classified as, because
but not Blue Eyed Soul. Let's see.
here, let's see. Let's see what it's technically classified as.
It is classified as.
Oh, it's actually classified. Oh well, that's. Hold on. We can't have dead air. So while I'm looking this up, you can argue for who you think should go next.
Well, I think after Bobby Brown, number 6 probably should be Bruno Mars. Since you didn't want to put him really above them.
Okay, so just a quick heads up. I did look it up. It looked like its music was technically classified as R&B.
Okay.
Well, it's classified as R&B now, technically.
Now. So, yeah, because we as
it's
a genre
contemporary.
still
Yeah, contemporary R&B, smooth jazz, because it's back in the day.
Yes.
But yeah, so
Blue Eyed Soul. Blue Eyed Soul. Him.
okay. See, look, this thing though, I actually kind of want to shake some up.
Okay.
I actually don't think Bobby Caldwell should be 4. Right? Because right now he's 4. It's
He's
him
4.
and then Bobby Brown.
Yes.
So this is the thing. I feel like musical wise, I can't say that either though, because this song is fire. Never mind, I'm just have to leave it.
Because he had more than just what you want to do for love.
Right, but what I'm saying is my argument was going to be to push Bruno Mars up a little higher, but yeah, like man, like Bobby Caldwell and Bobby Brown. I think it's gonna be hard to surpass them quite yet. But yeah.
Yeah. Bruno could be number 6. And then maybe we put Joe at number 7.
Now here's a surprise. I was going to go Daniel Caesar.
Oh.
Because
I think Joe.
yes, so this thing. I know Daniel Caesar is a very new artist, and a lot of my stipulation has to do with time, right? Being the greatest of all time. But I think Daniel Caesar's voice makes me feel like I'm still listening to old R&B when he sings, his cadence and stuff in his music.
Okay.
But even with that being said, I would personally like him to be higher.
I think Joe should go above Daniel Caesar because.
Oh wait, did I ever say we totally didn't say favorite songs between the last few people?
Okay, so let's go back.
Was
So we had Bobby Caldwell, and Bobby Caldwell was yours.
Did we do the person before him as well? Did we say what the
Usher? We did not do.
Okay.
Usher is yours as well.
Okay, well, so Usher, if you want to, we can both say it. I guess we should have probably both said all of these if we listen to them.
Okay. I mean, well, you know what? Let's save it for the end.
Well, I mean, we can just do it now because we already started.
Yep.
For me, Usher will have to be "You Don't Have to Call."
Oh,
it's my favorite Usher song.
My favorite Usher song is actually gonna be a deep cut off the album Confessions, and that is gonna be "Can You Handle It?" Deep cut. Never got a video for it. Usher, we need a video for we need a video for some of these songs. No. I mean, actually, you know what? This one surpasses that. We really need a video for this. Superstar. Like, whatever happened to the video for Superstar?
Oh yeah, because isn't that at the end of What song is that? Like, it's a teaser that I thought at the end of one of the videos, right?
No, the teaser was for the Seduction. It was at the end of Caught Up
Oh,
for
yeah,
his
yeah,
mini
yeah,
movie.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
Seduction.
thinking of.
And technically Seduction did get its own video in that mini movie. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, but if you like Google, I think you can find it some places
Yeah,
online.
I
So
mean, gotta be somewhere on YouTube, I would assume.
watching it. Yep. But
Okay,
yeah, Superstar.
okay.
Deep cut.
And who's next? Bobby Caldwell?
Yes, Bobby Caldwell.
Well, mine is Open Your Eyes.
Yeah. You know what?
That sounds fire.
Uh what is his name? Oh boy. So y'all gonna get me. Common did a great
Oh,
sample of
oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
song to Erica Badu because the song was about her.
Yeah, what's the
The
song
Light.
Yeah, The Light, that's what it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Um for me, it is What You Won't Do for Love. Just because it's so like you could just sit and just listen to it and just bob your head and it's a good song from start to finish. Then you restart it. And then you end up playing Tupac. So I mean like you just go down a well here. Um
And then Bobby Brown was next after you.
yes. Bobby Brown for me. Oh, how do I choose? He has some good ones. I'm gonna say,
I was gonna make a terrible joke.
oh
Thank you.
boy.
Thank you to the big man upstairs for interfering and putting that little filter in my brain. Because
Oh
what's
my
gonna come
goodness.
out of my mouth was, boy, I was be canceled before this podcast was over.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
sorry, go ahead. Bobby
Um,
Brown song?
Bobby Brown, I'm gonna actually say Tenderoni. See,
Ah.
y'all thought I was gonna say every little step and my prerogative, Tenderoni.
Fun fact, the first time I ever heard that song was in a barbershop when I was like 6, 7 years old.
You should not be listening to
No,
Tenderoni at
no,
6.
this day I was at the mall. Mom dropped me off at the barbershop. All black dudes in there. They sit there talking. And they like, hey man, a girl walked by and they go, man, that girl's a tenderoni. And
They were
they
using that
yeah.
language back.
Yeah, and this they old. So so
Okay.
they said that and then they like, hey, you know what that is? I'm like, I have no idea. Start playing Bobby Brown tenderoni. And then start to explain to me in detail what it meant, and I was just, God, I don't want to be here. That proved to me that I need a barber that don't talk.
I
Like,
mean, even then, just thinking about the lyrics, if you believe in love and all that it can do for you, like he was like, make it official.
yeah,
Like he wasn't playing with her. He said,
yeah. Unfortunately, my favorite Bobby Brown song is just my prerogative.
"Oh, you basic. You got to get in them deep cuts." All right,
Don't listen to a ton of Bobby Brown. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bruno is next, so I'll let you go first because Bruno was yours.
Was Bruno Mars my pick?
Yes,
I did not know that.
yes, because it's
Uh,
between Wanya and Tyrese. Which are mine?
yeah. For me, I'm going to do "Calling Off My Lovelies." I think it's one of my favorite Bruno Mars songs.
Oh my goodness, I'm actually gonna go with what he did with Silk Sonic because for me, I feel like their interpolation of different songs and actually adding Boosie Collins to their album was iconic. Okay. I really think that Bruno showed his range
And
on
what song?
I'm gonna make sure I say the right title
Is it "Put
because
On a Smile"?
no, it is After Last Night.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think that that is such a beautiful song. Like, I think one time I listened to it and I was crying because I was like, this is such a beautiful song. Like, have you ever heard a song that just makes you like cry because it's so beautiful? Like, you're not sad. It's just so beautiful that you're like,
The McDonald's theme song.
y'all were just in the studio just
Exactly. I'm
chefing
just
it up, huh?
ba 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 ba.
So, yeah, if y'all
I
get the
am loving it.
chance, you need to listen to After Last Night. It's such a good song.
Yeah, and wasn't speaking of songs that made us tear up. Besides the McDonald's songs, the Baby Back song from Arby's.
What?
Is it Arby's that do Baby Backs?
Chili's.
Chili's. The Chili's Baby Back song.
Arby's is sandwiches.
Don't that also make you tear up just a little bit? Because it's like, oh God, I remember just eating those ribs.
No.
Okay, well, it's only me.
All right, well,
Moving on then, I guess.
yes. All right. So we have Tyrese, Wanye, Daniel Caesar, and Joe. What we about to do?
See, I would go with Tyrese just for throwback sake. Okay.
Sounds of Love making Now I'm jumping ahead. Best Tyrese song, Signs of Love Making. He said my sign. And that he said all the signs. But Signs of Love Making.
Yeah. My pick would be Tyrese and then Daniel Caesar.
I think Tyrese, Wanye, Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Tyrese, Wanye, Joe, Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar definitely not 10. So I'm going to argue that, honestly, I think he should be above Tyrese. But just because, once again, if we're going performance-wise, I think Daniel Caesar is an incredible artist. And I can't deny that Tyrese is as well. The other people I don't really listen to that much, so I'm not even gonna hold you.
You've listened to Wanye if you've heard Boyz II Men. He's
No.
usually the lead.
Right. But what I'm saying is I don't listen to them that much compared to like a Daniel Caesar and or a Tyrese.
Right.
Just listening wise. But once again, music is a personal preference. So who knows what everybody else would consider. But to me, I would go Tyrese, Daniel Caesar, Wanye, and then Joe, right? Or is Joe already up?
Joe's not on it yet. I'm gonna let it slide. So here's the thing, y'all.
Let it slide. You just lost the argument.
I'm gonna let it slide. Because if you're new here, when Brandon and I don't agree, don't worry. You can rank it yourself. But we will also release how we ranked them individually because, as you can see, I do not agree that Joe goes at the end of this list. You also might be ready to cut our necks because we've missed some people that you are probably like, how dare you?
Yeah, and then also these are greatest of all time R&B singers.
Okay, so we're gonna do
everybody here is an extraordinary talent.
Exactly.
So we're not saying that anybody's bad. So being 10 doesn't make you bad. That just means that you have just less priority on our list at the moment.
So we're doing Tyrese. And then we're doing
Daniel Caesar,
Wanye, and Joe. Okay.
If you choose to rank Wanye and Joe that way, because I personally don't really listen to a ton of their music. So
I think, if anything, let's do Joe Wanye. Because I really think that Joe, again, when you say R&B, that's the first person that comes to my mind is Joe.
Yeah, I think the next thing we obviously have to do is groups.
We got to.
But then we'll have to do some research on because I want to make sure I take the time.
Yes. So we don't get cursed out in the comments about missing people that were supposed to be on this list.
All right, so let's go ahead and run through the list from 10 to 1.
All right, we're going to go from 10 to 1. Here we go. We got Wanye. We have Joe, Daniel Caesar, Tyrese, Bruno Mars, Bobby Brown, Bobby Caldwell. So Bobby Brown's number 5. Bobby Caldwell's number 4. We have Usher at number 3. We have Ronald Isley at number 2. And the greatest of all time, the king himself, Michael Jackson at number 1. So again, if you do not agree with us and would like to curse us out, spam us about how we were both wrong, just go ahead and comment it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well, and tell everyone else how we were just this list. You just don't. Maybe you agree with it.
Yeah, and just keep in mind that I won't really care. So whether you agree or not, who cares?
I'll be there looking at the comments like, oh, I did miss so and so.
Yeah, this thing. If you disagree with the list, this is what I would like you to do. Start your own podcast and then tag this podcast and that podcast as a response. Okay, because I would love to know what would have been your personal top 10.
Oh my goodness.
Not really, but I'll pretend. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
I'm actually being completely honest. I'd actually love to know who y'all top 10 artists would be. And once again, I know some of y'all probably gonna hate on my pick of Bobby Caldwell, but
they are definitely
go listen to the man's music. It's amazing. But yeah, like I said, we're at Dual Decisions. So if you're looking for us, trying to find us, it's Dual Decisions everywhere. Literally, if you can think of a social media, we're there with Dual Decisions.
Yes. And with that, guys, we're gonna head out. Peace.
Peace.